Hello, this is Timothy with Growling Pigeon Studio, and today I want to give an introduction to Unity, more specifically making games with Unity for the programmer. So to get started, I just created a new project, a 2D project in Unity. You just do that by opening up the Unity Hub, which is what you get when you download Unity. You just create a new project, select 2D, and away you go. You get this. Now I have already added a circle sprite and a player behavior. To create the circle, all I did was right click, create, and then down off the screen is sprites and circle. That's all I did and created that. Then I also added a player behavior script. So that's just create C# script, and then I called it player behavior. Cool. So let's get started with making a player and have this player move around with the WASD keys. I think once we get this foundation, that Unity will really become demystified, especially as I kind of explain what the different parts of the script really are. So, to get started, we need to have an object in the game. So check this out. I'll click on the circle, I'll drag it into our scene, I'll drop, and we have a game object. That's all that it takes to add a game object. Now, I need to attach a script to that game object. So what I'll do is I'll click on this script, I'll drag onto the player character, and release. We now have that script on the player object. Now if we look right here, look, player behavior script. Cool, so let's edit it. Let's make this player do something. So here is our script. We have our start and update methods already there. You know, as the text above it says, start is called before the first frame update. That kind of gives you a clue of what update does. Update is called once per frame, and in fact that's what the comment above it says. So update is actually the frame. Now there's another kind of update called fixed update, and we're actually going to use it as well. Private void fixed update. And this is our physics update. So updates during physics. But frame is usually when a player will put in their input. So that's where we're going to get our input, and then we're going to move the player during the physics update. All right. So to get all this started, we need to have some container for our input, and I'm going to use vector3. I'm using vector3 because it's easy, it's simple. It has 3 components, x, y, and z. We're not going to use the z component because we're in 2D. We're just going to use x and y. So this is going to be our input direction. Oh wow, if I can type. And we don't need to set it up or anything because we will be doing that, well, yeah, let's do that during the start. So this dot input direction equals vector3 0. And so this means that our x, y, and z components of our vector3 are all going to be zeroed out. All right. Now what should we do as far as receiving our inputs? You know, we want to use WASD. Maybe we want to use up, down, left, or right as well. But let's just stick to WASD. Let's just do one set of keys to kind of get the idea of what we're doing. So how should we set that up? Well, if we look at our scene, we can see these larger lines, these kind of thicker lines that go up the middle and that go side to side in the middle as well. These follow our 2 axes that you might remember from math class. We have a positive x that goes to the right, a negative x that goes to the left, a positive y that goes upward, and a negative y that goes downward. Okay, fair enough. So let's remember that. If we want to go up with the W key, that means that we need to increment or make our y-axis value larger, and that will put us up farther, or put the player up farther. So Let's just do that really fast, and then I'll speed through and do the remainder of the inputs. So if input, and this is just part of the APIs that we get through Unity, if input get key, and then key code is an enum, so we can just do W. So if W is currently being held, that's what that says, then this dot input direction Y, because we're doing our Y-axis, let's increment that. Cool. So I'll just go in real fast and copy this for the other keys. Fantastic. So now we have W goes up because that's the Y++. A goes to the left because that's an X minus minus, and so on. So this all looks really good. One other thing that we should probably put in here is a reset at the beginning of every frame. So let's just copy this line here that we have at start and put it here. So this input direction equals vector3, 0. And this will zero out all of our directions again. Now, during the fixed update, we need to actually move based on this input that we've received. To do that, we're going to manipulate the transform position of this game object. So to get that, we just do this dot game object, which refers to the game object that this script is on, and we inherited this through mono behavior. If you look at the top, mono behavior has this dot game object defined, or at least it inherits it as well. So this dot game object dot transform dot position, and we will add to it our input direction. So this input direction. Cool. I bet you that's all we need to get this character moving. So let's go into Unity and see if that works. It should have compiled everything already, so let's hit play and wait. There we are, and I've got to bring up my play screen. So if I hit W, I should go up. And look at that. Although that's really fast. Left, right, up, down. That is a very fast player. So how do we slow him down? And more importantly, how do we make sure that he moves always at the same rate? Well, there's another built-in API in Unity, and that gives us access to how much time is taking place between frames. So to access that, we multiply our input direction by time dot fixed delta time. Since we're in fixed update, we're going to use fixed delta, and that just is the amount of time in seconds between physics updates. So if we do that, then we will always have a consistent speed, and we will always have a speed that is going to be consistent between devices. So let's run this again, and I was about to attach to Unity. We don't need to do that. Just run, and I'll bring up the play screen again. And so if I hit A, oh, look at that, much slower, but maybe this is a little too slow. So maybe we want to set a specific speed for our player. Okay, I think we can do that. So, to do it, let's go back into Visual Studio, and let's multiply this by some speed. And we can make this speed editable, so we can go in here and say, hey, private int speed get set, and give it some default value equals 5. That seems fair. And then multiply all this by this dot speed. All right, cool. Let's see how that works. We'll go back into Unity. Give it a second to compile. It compiles as we save, which is really cool. Okay, we're playing. Now if I hit A, look at that. That's a much more realistic speed. I think that is the basis of a very good game. Cool. Well, this has been a basic introduction to how to make a game for Unity for programmers. If you have any questions, any comments, you can put them below. If you want me to cover other subjects for programmers specifically, I can do that. If you want to have me cover other subjects that are not necessarily just for programmers, because you like the way that I talk for some reason, then you can leave that request below as well. Anyway, until then, I hope you have a great day. Bye.